Good Monday morning. It's Les Solgrove with Via Realtors. This is Simply Des Moines market update. And yes, I'm not in my office today. I'm actually out of state. I'm in Mystic, Connecticut. And what you see behind me is Mystic Seaport. And so this show this week comes from Mystic, Connecticut, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. Tell you what, it's going to be hard to outdo this week as far as location wise, but it is Monday, April 4th, 2022. It's week 13 in the books, and we're going to talk this week a little bit about what happened in the month of March, as well as a couple of slides what have happened this past, talking about what has happened this past week. So number one slide we have up here today is we did surpass the 3,000 closed sale milestone. That's something we haven't done for over a month. And from this point forward, we'll probably go up in 1,000 increments of closed sales once about every 3 weeks or so. That's kind of the pace we were on last week. And to give you an idea, are we ahead or behind of last year at the same time? Last year, we hit 3,000 sales on March 30th. This year, we hit it on April 1st. So we were just a day behind or ahead of last year. 2 years ago, we were a week behind. So anyway, we're doing really well as far as that goes. The week 13 dashboard, you notice one change on it that kind of stands out. It's right there in the middle. It's the new condo townhomes turns into the seller's market this week. Finally, they actually dropped down to 2.7 months of inventory, and that's a first for that, I think, all year. And I suspect we won't be too far behind the new homes as well. They're at 3.1 months of inventory, which is just outside of the seller's market, keeping it into a balanced or even market. And I think we're going to probably see that change here this next week. Another thing you're going to notice is down here at the bottom is the days on market. We're down to 6 days on market overall and 3 days apiece for existing homes, whether they're existing homes or existing condo townhomes. Are down to 3 days on the market. So the market is definitely at a faster pace this year than we were last year. And we're doing it all with quite a bit less inventory. So as I mentioned, this is our month in review for the month of March show. And just to give you, we talked about months of inventory just a second ago, and this kind of shows you where that inventory is the least by price point here. Again, it's always common for us to see down under that $300,000 price point. So we're to be deep into a seller's market. We're about 0.6 months for the $200,000 to $300,000 price point, and 0.4 for the $1 to $200,000, which just basically means it's just a matter of days on the market for those two categories. And you notice there's no red up there, which would indicate a buyer's market. And virtually there's no even market except for that $700,000 to $800,000 price point, and then the above 1 million. And even those are trailing downward. Only 3.3 months for the 700,000 to 800,000. So it's not going to be long before that inventory actually gets into probably a balanced or even market as well. The listing market activity by listing status. As we get into this real deep, heavy spring market, you're going to start to see the sale pending sales run off again and really expand beyond our new listings inventory. Right now, there's 647 homes that came on the market in the month of March, and 1,620 homes actually went under contract. And so that's quite a change, disparity of those two numbers there. Our closed sales, again, we just talked about that, are right on, kind of right on track for last year. The homes for sale by price point, again, and this one is not so unexpected either. That $300,000 to $400,000 price point at 570 homes currently on the market is that crossover price point where you have new construction as well as existing homes kind of out there competing. And I would say probably the majority of that 570 though is probably still new construction. Once you get under 400 to under 300 is when you really start to just see the existing home sales, and that's all. So the inventory levels at the upper end, we do have 35 homes this week that are priced over $1 million. And I think there's a couple of them that are over 2 and maybe even one that's over 3. So we are seeing some strength in the upper end market as well. To look at how the homes the for sale counts look versus last year, you can kind of get an idea of whether we're ahead or behind. We're kind of holding our own as far as existing homes, because in 2022 right now we've got 499 homes on the market as of Sunday, when a year ago we had 515, so that's not too far off. The one that we're really missing inventory in is that existing condo townhome, where we only have 88 homes currently on the market, where we had 138 last year at this time. And then of course the new construction is the only category that has more homes on the market than we had last year. We had 856 here as of yesterday and 752 a year ago. And so, that's really the leading category for our market inventory is that new construction. Looking at the pending sales, again, it's that low end price point where all the sales are predominantly happening. 472 in the $300,000 to $400,000 price point, $200,000 to $300,000 price point, still over 400, and 350 of those sales, they're under contract or that between that $300,000 and $400,000 price point. The rest of them, once you get beyond those three different price points, are close to 100 or under 100 in that respect of homes. So the predominant number of price point of homes currently under contract is really between that $100,000 and $400,000 price point. So one of the graphics or items I track, and sometimes I don't create a graphic until I think about it as far as how it could be portrayed in a weekly show. And this is one of them. This is the rolling 30-day accepted offers graphic. And I have shown this one, I think, one other time, but it kind of shows the trends of offers being accepted, which, if you think about it, this is a good trend of showing how busy the market is, if it's picking up or if it's slowing down. And you noticed in the month of January, it was picking up. February was picking up. And then the month of March was kind of steady there. Now you see there's highs and there's lows. That's the weekly lows. That's the weekends when the homes are not turned in as accepted over the weekends, and then they're turned in on Monday through Friday. And so that's why you see that kind of go up and down. But we did see here near the end of March and this first week of April here, we saw a real nice jump. And obviously a lot of that has to do with the weather. Springtime is here. Daylight saving time came on the scene, and I think that's helping as well. So the other way to look at this from the listing side is this is a graphic of the new listings that came on the market every day since January 1st. And again, because of the weekend, you see those are those little short numbered bars there. They're, virtually nothing gets turned in. Maybe 2 or 3 houses get turned in on the weekends. But during the week, that Monday through Friday period, we can kind of see that was starting to grow through March, and it kind of stalled out just a little bit in March, that second, third week. But wow, look at April 1st, we absolutely hit our all-time high so far this year with 131 homes hitting the market on April 1st. And no, it's not an April Fool's joke. That's actually 131 homes that came on the market. And well, I tell you, if we can see numbers like that, this is the first time this year we've hit over 100 homes on the market on any given day so far of the year. So to hit it by 131 and be that far over, that's a good sign that our market inventory could be on the increase here. Of course, the inverted market, which we always talk about each month, this is that relationship between sale pendings and homes for sale. The inverted market basically means that there are more homes under contract than there are homes for sale, and the farther that spread gets, the more crazy the real estate market gets. And we are just getting started. So if you're thinking that maybe things are going to slow down, it's not going to. It's going to continue all the way through probably May or June of this year, and maybe into July before we start to see our seasonal slowdowns here. And we do talk about inventory like it's starting to increase and what a great thing it is. But we got to remember, if we look back to 2019, at the height of 2019, we had 4,200 homes on the market. And then after that, they kind of dropped down a little bit all the way into 2021 when we finally ended up with just under 2,000 homes on the market. And then after that, here we're starting to see the inventory start to kind of pick up just a little bit again as we move into 2022. Looking back even farther, now this goes all the way back to 2009 in the heyday when we had close to 6,000 homes on the market in 2009, 2010. And, look at that inventory levels. Man, we would just kill for some of that right now in our real estate market. But anyway, it's always nice to kind of look back and see where we are because we tend to focus on the up close inventory way too hard. And then we miss out the fact that we're really maybe still really, really short of inventory. So anyway, that's the show this week. Let me go back to the live shot or to the shot here. Yeah, here we go. Again, Mystic, Connecticut. I'm recording this on Sunday night because I'll be hopping on a plane tomorrow. But anyway, I just thought it's a beautiful area. I've been here over the weekend, some personal business, and was able to just kind of tour the area. I did go to Mystic Pizza. This is the town where Mystic Pizza was filmed, the movie. And no, Julia Roberts wasn't there, but the pizza was. It was absolutely awesome. So anyway, thanks for joining me this week. I'm Les Solgrove. Let's all get back to work this week and get a lot of homes on the market, and we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Thanks for joining me.